Hi, it's Corby Mitleid, your no bullshit psychic. Today we need to breathe. There's an exercise that I give my Patreon students sometimes. It's called the God on the Mountain. When you're in the middle of a situation you cannot deal with, or the information is just too visceral and it's chaos here, I tell them to imagine that they are a 50-foot god or goddess, and they're standing on top of a mountain, and they're looking like half a mile down into a valley. And they see a little village. And because they're a god and they are, if you will, overlooking it, they see the births and the deaths and the marriages and the squabbles and the comings and the goings and the happy and the sad. But they don't get stuck in the details. That very often helps them figure out a difficult situation. It helps lift them above the details to see the overarching pattern. And you can do that too on days that are too overwhelming. But tonight, I got a nudge from Baruchiel that the God would remember to stop looking at the city and look up at the stars that do not change from year to year. And I want to suggest you do that tonight. Remember that it feels like it's everything in the world. But what's going on here is not going on in Canada. There are other countries where it is sane and safe. So we're a pocket, but it's not the entire world. I want you to look up at the night sky. We're moving toward a full moon, so there's brightness. And it's stars. We've had some solar flares, so maybe even the occasional northern lights. That's so much bigger than we are. When you realize there's so much that's bigger than we are, believe it or not, everything we're going through doesn't feel quite as mad. It is a period in mankind's history. We're here for it. But nothing is forever. Things change. When we were in the middle of World War II, it felt like it would go on forever. We had no idea, would we win or we lose? Now, of course, when we look back on it, 70, 80 years later, it's very clear what happened. This is where we went to win. We're going to get there. Your kids, your grandkids, they'll learn about it in the history books. This country will still be there. It'll be very different. Good different, but it'll be different. Those of us who are grandparent age, no, we have to admit, we may not live to see the full flowering, but that's okay. We're here to help for the kids and the grandkids. And we can look up and see the stars. And remember, this will pass. Maybe it's the lesson that parts of mankind need to make a difference, to say, this didn't work. How can we change things now? So tonight, I want you to breathe. Use that God on the Mountain exercise if it helps you. But go and look at the stars. Go and look at the world out there that we're not going to affect. There is peace. There is serenity. There is spirit at the core of all that is. And sometimes, that's enough. I'll see you tomorrow.